So MCC All-Stars is here. So let's make some team predictions. In 10th, I have the Orange Ocelots. This team isn't very good. Smallish Beans is good, but I don't think he's quite good enough to lead a team. Wisp is pretty average. So is Solidarity. And then I feel like Flip is just someone that I think is overrated. People say he's like fine, but I don't think he's very good. Like in the events that I've seen him in, he has not played very badly. I don't think I've ever seen him leave the top 10. I know he has, but I've never like watched him do it. So, in what I've seen, he's not very good. So I put this team in 10th. Then in 9th, I have the AQUA AXOLOTLS. The team is interesting. Basically all the players just have not played in a while. Krinios is always great, but he struggles sometimes as a team leader. But I mean, he can certainly win, like, as we saw with like Teal Turkeys, but he does struggle. Then Bitzel actually never watched play an event, so I have no idea how good Bitzel is. I could do some research, but I don't feel like it. So I don't know how good I don't know how good Bitzel is. Then Arid and Mini Muka are both fine. I wouldn't call either of them great, but they're both fine enough. Then in 8th, I have the Purple Pandas. The team is okay. Kretzy is great. Byrne is pretty good. He's a good number 2, I think. And then Michael and Carr are both okay. This team is fine. Though I don't think they'll win anything, but they're going to be fine. I could see them getting above 8th. I can see them going all the way up to like maybe 5th if Kretzy and like Byrne have good events, but I really don't see this team doing too good. Then in 7th, I have the LLAMAS. They have Illumina, who is great, obviously, one of the best players in the event. Then they have SB, who is good, and we saw him reach like his full potential with the Orange Ocelots when he won the event, but before that he didn't really show it, so it just matters what kind of version of SB do we see. The version that got 7th, I think he got, or the version that just isn't very good. Then Sylvie has been rapidly improving lately. She could be pretty good, but I don't know. And then Finster isn't that good. So I put this team in 7th. Then in 6th, Green GECKOS. Pete is the best player in the event, hands down. Green is pretty good. He's gotten top 10 2 of the last 3 events, and both of those were with Pete, where he got top. I think both of them were with Pete, where he got top 10. So this the duo of Green and Pete have proven to be pretty good. And then Cubfan and Ryguy Rocky aren't the best, but they're decent supporting players, so I think this team can get 6th. Okay, in 5th, I have the Pink Parrots. I'm very excited for this team. I don't know how much they'll actually try. If they do try, I think they'll be pretty good. But if they don't, obviously, they'll probably get like 10th. But I'm doing my predictions assuming that they do try, because they're gonna be pretty good if they do try. Because Tubbo just had his best performance ever, getting 6th, I think. He might have gotten 5th, actually. I'm not sure. And then Tommy and Phil have struggled in Season 2, but they definitely have some high potential. We've seen Phil get 2nd, and Tommy also get 2nd in past events, so they can be really good. And then Wilbur has been very good in the past MCCs. He got like 12th last MCC or something like that. He was like top 15 last MCC. We've seen him have a top 10 performance, so I think this team will be quite good. 4th is Cyan Coyotes. I think this is a very interesting team, just because they have multiple players from MCCR that have only played one event, and it also wasn't against the actual MCC players. So I don't know how good they'll do, but I'm assuming that they'll have a similar performance, maybe a bit of a downgrade from their MCCR performances. But otherwise, from JoJo and Blushy, the 2 MCCR players, Punza's really good. I think he's very good, you know. And then Camp Puffy is pretty fine. So it's really going to be based on how Blushy and JoJo do. Just, you know, We've never seen them outside of MCCR, so it's going to be interesting. Then in third, I have the Blue Bats, and it's kind of crazy how 86% of people sleep on their belly. I sleep on my side, and the entire MCC community sleep on the Blue Bats. They're back. It's the MCC9 Blue Bats. Legendary tweet, by the way, by H-Bomb. They're one of the best teams in the event. Obviously, Fruit is an S tier. H-Bomb has a factor that's kind of hard to explain. It's the H factor, man. He's just a winner, And then Red and False have come a long way since they first came into MCC, obviously, but even since MCC9, they've improved a lot. So I think this team is going to be very good. I think they'll just barely miss Dodgebolt, though, unfortunately, because in second place, I have the Yellow Yaks. This team is very good. Quig is one of the best players in the event. S Major is a constant top 10 player. CPK is a great player and have improved a lot since the MCC this team was teamed in before. I forget which MCC it is right now. I'm blanking. But he's improved a lot since then. He's had top 10 performances twice, I think. So he's going to be great. And then Shovel is pretty good, fine. And it's going to be very interesting to see what this team does. I think they're going to be very good. And first, I have, obviously, the Red Rabbits. The Dream Team is back, and with a complimentary bad boy Halo. So, the best team, just the best team. Everybody knows it. I don't think I've seen a single prediction where they haven't won. And it's really their event to lose, because, I mean, they got 2 S tiers, George, who got 8th in his last event, and Bad, who I think got 17th in his last event. So, this is pretty much an insane team, and it's going to be very exciting to watch. So, with that being said, those are my MCC All-Stars predictions, and it's been King Shub, and I am signing off.